Coming up on Mountain News this morning, new details emerge on the history of a suspected carjacker as police also arrested a second suspect. And a community is celebrating the reopening of a key bridge for daily transport in its area.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Madison Carmouche. We're here at 6 o'clock this Tuesday morning, and I don't know who's in charge of the weather machine. I won't point any fingers, Tim, but there were some sprinkles outside this morning, so let's send it over to him for an explanation.
Now listen here, Madison. She knows where I'm going. 61, let's check outside our door here at WYMT. Even in the night vision mode, you can see a few breaks in the clouds. Nonetheless, we do have warmer temperatures than we did about 24 hours ago. We're all in the 60s right now. In fact, Louisville has dropped 2 degrees down to 69, and Clintwood still at 58. All right, here you go. Satellite radar composite. A few radar returns, like Madison alluded to, a few sprinkles, maybe a shower or two as we head through the next couple of hours. By 9, 10 o'clock, this is out of here, and we've got high pressure reestablishing itself across the Commonwealth, which means another nice day. It will turn partly sunny for the middle of the second half of your Tuesday, and a forecast high this afternoon near 84. All right, the 7-day forecast. We'll see if Madison's going to point any more fingers because it does turn warmer and more humid. That's all coming up as we head through this 6 o'clock hour. Back to you, Madison.
All right, Tim, thank you. More details are emerging from the criminal past of a man accused of running over and killing a woman in Jackson County. Investigators believe Michael Edwards carjacked Tracy Clemens at a T-Mart in Annville Saturday. When she tried to stop him, they say he dragged her 40 feet before running over her with her own vehicle. The Department of Corrections confirms Edwards was previously convicted of assault in Clay County. It stems from a 2014 shooting that happened in a Walmart parking lot in Manchester.
Michael Edwards pulled a handgun and shot Richard Lawson twice in the abdomen.
Edwards was sentenced to 10 years in prison in December of 2016. State officials say he was released in May 2023 under mandatory reentry supervision, which he finished in October of last year. Authorities also arrested a second suspect yesterday afternoon. Richard Markham faces charges of carjacking and tampering with evidence. The Jackson County Sheriff says Markham was driving the vehicle that Edwards got out of at the gas station. 6 years after an elderly man was beaten to death inside his home, the man charged says he's guilty. David Strong pleaded guilty yesterday to the robbery and murder of 86-year-old Arlie Owens. It happened in Pulaski County in May of 2018. Prosecutors are now recommending life without the possibility of parole for 25 years. Strong will be sentenced September 26th. The Wayne County, West Virginia Sheriff's Office is investigating after a body was found near the Paddle Creek area of Fort Gay on Saturday. Sheriff Rick Thompson says the body has been identified as Caleb Markham. There is no word on how Markham died, but the sheriff says they are looking into it. A mobile disaster recovery center is now open in Whitley County. This is for those who experienced losses during severe storms between May 21st and 27th. The center is open from 10 in the morning to 7 in the evening through Saturday at the Whitley County Cooperative Extension Office. Homeowners and renters in Clay, Knox, and Whitley counties can apply for FEMA assistance.
So if you haven't picked up yet, yes, I'm in the doghouse because of a couple of sprinkles this morning. That's A-okay because we get through the next few hours, this stuff is going to be gone. We do have some breaks in the clouds, and it's not completely a terrible start. Hey, we don't have some fog issues this morning. And with that blanket of cloud cover, we're all in the 60s right now. High pressure, again, reestablishes itself across the region as we head through the rest of your Tuesday. Once this disturbance ends up departing, and then we have another nice day and a couple of degrees warmer with the humidity still that is being held at bay heading through your Wednesday. 61, winds are calm as the sun continues to rise. Again, that threat of a shower sprinkled to the bus stop this morning. The lunch hour dry, getting back into the sunshine, and it's partly sunny for the rest of the afternoon, and a high in Hazard up to 84. More about the ARH First Alert 7-day forecast coming up in a few moments. Madison?
All right, Tim, thank you. Many students have either gone back to school or are getting ready to do so. And with that, local health officials want to alert folks about increasing pertussis and COVID-19 cases. With these cases increasing, it is important to get vaccinated, but also to get the proper amount of rest each night before the next day of school. Pediatric cardiologist Dr. Mashawn Jonikin says getting proper rest is very important for students.
Go ahead and set a bedtime alarm, and don't set it for that exact bedtime. Set it for a couple of hours ahead. So you know, okay, we need to be starting to get toward bed in the next couple of hours.
The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends children 3 to 5 years old get 10 to 13 hours of sleep. 6 to 12-year-old need 9 to 12 hours of slumber, and teens 13 to 18 years old should get 8 to 10 hours of Z's. After more than 2 months, the Blackie Bridge in Letcher County is open again for traffic. The bridge has been there since 1930. State Highway Department officials closed it for repairs in early June, forcing many community members to take longer routes or walk across. Blackie librarian Grace Ragland says people were able to find alternative solutions after the initial shock of it closing.
I think people were tired of having to cross, but I think once that initial, oh my goodness, what are we going to do, people managed to figure out ways to do things.
Ragland says she watched through her window as they reopened the bridge. Many community members expressed their excitement that it was open again. In the last 5 years, 72 businesses have opened in downtown Hazard. 68 are still open and growing today. This summer, 5 of those small businesses have outgrown their initial space and moved into new locations. Sheer Happiness on Main, Cole Country Candles, Blessed Creation, Guiding Hope Counseling Center, and Ashley Feltner Photography have all found homes on or around Main Street. Downtown coordinator Bailey Richards says this year alone, 10 businesses have opened downtown.
Total, those new businesses that are still open have created over 250 jobs. And that's something that is hard to do, even if you brought in a big major industrial or major big box retail client. 250 jobs is a lot of jobs. And so we want to continue to see that. We want to continue to see entrepreneurs being able to hire and expand.
Richards says they expect to welcome even more new and expanding businesses to the area before the year comes to an end. Thanks for joining us on Mountain News this morning. More news is on the way. Still to come, former President Trump back in familiar territory in a friendly conversation on social media app X.